Hopefully this thing isn't too fucking loud. Or too quiet. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, well. I need to use that one thing again that cancels the noise. Hopefully my internet stays somewhat stable since, well, the hurricane, so it's been kind of in and out. Obviously my first time streaming since then, so yeah, I mean, it's been pretty crazy lately. Pretty crazy. Looks like it's lagging a little bit. I don't know if it's just my end or I don't know. It's probably gonna lag a little bit, but I'm not sure. Not until somebody points it out. Kind of laggy. I don't know. If anybody joins us and sees the same lag, then just let me know. It's probably a bad sign. Yeah, my bud doesn't, he still doesn't have internet. He's fucking not that far away. Just put it that way. So I don't know, this might not work. We'll see. I shared this in Unreal Slackers, so hopefully some people come in here. So I just stream out of the blue, so it's kind of like I don't really expect anybody to show up, you know. I don't think. Just kind of trying to see if this is. I don't know what's going on. Need fucking something to drink. I feel like just putting a piece of text on the screen saying, if my stream looks laggy, please let me know. I'll just fucking have to deal with it. Yeah. I don't know. I figured I'd give it a go anyways and just see what happens. Is it too soon? Who knows? Probably. Let's see here. Let me try looking on my phone real quick. Just want to see if this looks any different or not. Let's see. If I like scroll around, I got any lag? It might just be me. It's no, not really. Probably just my end. Okay, so just making sure I wasn't lagging when I was talking. That would suck. All right. Well, QA check's done. So, hey everybody. I survived survived a nasty hurricane. I know not many people are here yet, but I'll talk about it more as people start to come in, but just got past Hurricane Irma, I wish, Hurricane Ian, which was hell. It was hell. And now I'm trying to slowly ease back into, the day-to-day life here, and it's been kind of rough. I know for a lot of people it's been completely destroyed, so I'm thankful for that, that I still have a chance. That's the most important thing. Yeah. I guess I'll save the speeches for later, but I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do right now. I just keep getting up super. My sleep schedule's fucked too. Just trying to think and keep my sanity at the same time. So, I just started this world space today in Wolfthorn. What? What do you want? Dog he wants to see the stream. Can't get a good view from behind my chair, so he wants to come a little closer and see the stream. What are you doing? I have no idea what he's doing. Alright. But yeah, I just started this world space today. Yes, I stole the name from Lord of the Rings, for now, sort of. Well, in Lord of the Rings, there's a location called the Fords of Isen, which are, the fords, I think they are near the borders of Rohan, so they're kind of like a means of natural boundaries, except it's kind of more just like just a cool little area of I would say outer Rohan, but I don't know much about the locations. All I know is I did a recent search on it, and so I just called this for now. I just called it the Eisen Fords, and it's going to be kind of like what it's described as in what the Forts of Eisen are described as in Lord of the Rings, and then I'll end up making it my own more, and so on. So pretty cool. Today I think we're gonna work on some interesting stuff. So more than just world spaces this time around. I think we're actually going to work on some templates for different kinds of locations. So I'm talking like caverns, I guess different kinds of interiors, so like taverns and stuff like that. I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the saving stuff, but I suppose we'll figure something out. Or if not, we'll work on that during the next, I don't know, couple streams or something like that. What else? Yeah, so I've actually added more to the. I hope my mic is picking up good because I'm talking kind of low, but I'm trying to. It's kind of a natural thing. Yeah, I'll just turn it up a little bit. There we go. I've added quite a bit to the Trello as well, so I can't really show it, but just kind of looking here. Okay, so yeah, this is another thing I was wanting to do. So I actually ended up adding a few world spaces to the list. It's usually what happens. You know, you think you're going to complete some tasks, but you end up adding more to your list. Typical. But all this was to make here. All this was to sort of fill in. So, I mean, this is this is just kind of a rough draft of what I've been working on with the continent map that I've mentioned a few times. It's really nothing special. It's literally just a bunch of buttons over a canvas panel with a image on it, so it's really nothing crazy, but it at least allows me to, you know, travel between different points. So let's see here. So yeah, like I kind of filled in some of the gaps here. So like between these 2 points here weren't there before. I just added these this week. I'm just kind of trying to fill in the map a little bit, you know, because eventually this is going to be, I mean, you're going to be able to zoom in, and so this is going to be a lot more detailed, and it'd be cooler to have more in between where, you know, it makes sense. And then, so now there's, what, like 52 countries? So, yeah, we're working our way up there. And so far, there's about 39 of them actually created and present in the game right now. Again, doesn't mean they're complete. Some of them have a lot of work to do. Some of them not so much. But what it means is that they are, you know, they're created and they're there in the project. So that's that is the most important thing. So yeah, I mean, this has been taking up a lot of my time, getting this sort of all, even though it's, you know, very simple. There's not a lot going on here. Said that a few times now. It's kind of allowed me to sort of connect things together a little bit easier, and then I can also go in game, and if I want to travel between different countries, and aka world spaces, I can do so fairly easy. So pretty much with the click of a button. So that's pretty cool. Trying to think. And obviously, you know, as you unlock different worlds, they'll show up on your map. Right now, they're just all there. There's no system for that yet, so it's kind of just for me to, as a developer, to just be able to go around quickly. But with that out of the way, let's. Oh yeah, I was also busy converting this, but I haven't gotten too far yet. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. Okay, so pick better streaming times, man. You know what I'm doing. So I think we're going to, I was thinking creating the world space that is was it I was gonna create the Far Out Forest, so at least have it in the project, but I think we're going to first, what we're gonna do is we're going to start this map here. So I swear I make these names, and the funny thing is I don't even think I can pronounce half of them myself. If I do, I mispronounce the names that I created, which means you're doing the right thing. I think. But this is the map we're going to work on, I think. Hi, Soft Maiden. Welcome to the stream. It looks like it highlights it now, so it shows that you're in here for the first time. So yeah, welcome to the stream. The first thing you should know about me is I am a rambler. I like to talk a lot, and I mean a lot. So if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about here, or you know, if you want to know anything about the project, there are some commands down in the panels, or you can just ask me and I will be here. I got 2 monitors set up now, so good. Yeah. Far and few between now these days. It seems nobody wants to listen. They just want to straight to the point, and well, I get it, but it's just not me. That's why I live stream. You come with an intention. What's that? We're gonna create this world here. Thanks. So this I just started today. I talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the stream, even though I've been streaming that long. Yeah. Yeah, it's I just started this today, so I'll probably end up writing I haven't even wrote a, well, I'm going to say a biography, but a summary of this world space yet. A lot of these I haven't done yet. The newer ones, at least, that I've started in the past, I want to say a couple weeks, but I'm trying to think here. So let's go ahead and start that other one. Once I get all these created, though, and I've said this a few times now, all these different world spaces, it's going to be a lot easier to sort of piece everything together, because it's kind of like a giant puzzle, you know. It really is, because you can think about it on that scale, and then just think, okay, yeah, once we have everything, all these different points in the world, all these connected, we're able to go from point A to point B to, you know, C, so on. It's going to make it a lot easier to essentially follow through with gameplay and you know, things like quests, the main story, and that's really just going to be super cool. So that's been my goal for a while, but we're getting closer. We're about, like I said, well, now since we're starting a new world space, it's going to be like you know, more like 40 out of 52 world spaces, so it's pretty cool. Oh, I don't have children? Not yet. Do you mean the albums? Those are album covers, I think. But yeah, I'd like to actually hang. I'm big on vinyl collecting, so I'll actually take some of my favorite albums and I'll hang them on my wall. And just kind of lights up the workspace, because I work in here, so it's nice to have to be surrounded by my favorite musicians, I guess. I also like to put things on my desk, just like everybody else. I got a little ET here. See if I can pick them up. Yeah, this thing. Got an ET. I got what else do I got? Batman. I don't know what the fuck that's doing there. Yeah, I guess so. If you want to put it that way. I think I showed the ET, did I? I don't know if it showed in the camera or not. Anyways. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that. Yep. I'm starting to slowly ease back into things, so. Oh, it didn't. No. Here. That's the ET. I don't know if it's showing. I love how I'm just sitting here holding it to the camera because I can't see what the delay that's going on, so I'm like, alright, is this showing or not? Yeah, it is showing. Cool. So I can hold the ET up for like 30 minutes. I'll just keep it in my hand. Be like that. No. Alright. Okay, so my god, I shouldn't have started drinking. What time is it? It's like 2:26 in the morning. Yeah, I actually found that. Funny thing is, I found that in, well, my grandmother had a, from when we were kids, she had a bunch of, our old, like, little figures we used to collect and stuff, because I was big on that when I was a kid. Any pop culture character or figure, I had to have it. Preferably, and quote, my grandfather said this to me a few times. He said, I always wanted the scary ones. So I always wanted, like, anything in any sort of pop culture that's scary, I had to have. If I saw like a cool action figure or something, I had to have that. I love Terminators. Yeah, I was in a weird, I don't know. I still have a shit ton of them though, and I found a box full of them, so I just kind of put some of them up, and I actually have Lord of the Rings ones too, which I keep over there. They're like way over there, you can't see them. But I try to keep things off of, well, some things off of my desk because it's harder to dust with all that shit up here. So the this is going to be our 40th world space, so I'm just trying to create pretty much all of them at this point, have them all laid out, which is the hardest part, arguably, is kind of laying everything out and then connecting everything. Friend needs a laptop. Ads and downloading. So, I mean, it could be could be an internet thing too, maybe. But I think, honestly, you mentioned the term outdoor, and this is kind of like, well, it's kind of bad, but an off topic, but there's this laptop that I saw a while back. It's called a tough book, I think is what it's called, and they're meant for I think they're meant for like military, something like that, and they're like these big laptops that are like, I don't know, they're just fucking massive, and yeah, and they're just like, I don't know, if you look it up, it's kind of interesting, but that's not really a serious answer. But I mean, yeah, if you want to like DM me what he has, then maybe I can help out, or what he's looking at. But I mean, you could look up Tough Book on Google or whatever, and it's kind of interesting. I didn't even know those things existed, but they do. Oh, really? Hunter Guild. So basically, he is a I was gonna make a supernatural joke, but I won't do that. I'll save that for later. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching that a lot lately, again. But so I gotta make a template for, I'll do this after, create this whole space. So this is going to be inspired by, I'm going to just drag this over here. So this is the Dwimmerberg, or Haunted Mountain, right? From Lord of the Rings. So that's kind of what it's inspired by. So I'm kind of going to go by this, and I'll probably pull up some images on the side later, but I pretty much know what most of these locations look like. Again, this is just an inspiration, so it's mainly just to get the feel of what I'm after. So and I wanted to start this because it was the next it's kind of the next thing on my list here, actually. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Yeah. Alright, so I don't know where the I want to start here. I did clean up my template a little bit and move some of the fog out here was kind of coming into the landscape too much, so I had to move that outwards, and then also oh yeah, I also increased the bounds, so basically these boxes out here, I just pushed them out to the very edge so that I have the most space. But all the world spaces are typically they start from around this size, so they can be larger, but most of them are around, again, this size, so it's a pretty general estimate, and it keeps things kind of organized too. And then, yeah, so just go ahead and typing the wrong thing. I just realized I can't use my fucking direction arrows because they're hotkeys for me to switch fucking scenes in my my OBS, which is a pain in the ass. Yeah, see, it just fucking did. Of course it did. I gotta change that. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I am so brain dead right now. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been so stressed out lately. It's ridiculous. Freaking and that hurricane just threw me off so bad. It was only a week, but I mean, it just well, the stream's been going about like I think 30, 37, 38 minutes. But I'm trying to kind of get back into doing these you know, more casually and more frequently. Originally I was thinking about streaming on a little bit of both platforms, so my Twitch and my YouTube, but I was thinking actually what I'm going to do is I'll keep streaming on Twitch, but probably uploading the VODs, or you know, the videos of the streams on my YouTube channel like I've been doing, and then maybe editing some. I know some people do that, and then also I can't use like Restream or anything because I'm on a contract, but I mean, it is what it is. Supposed to be creating this trailer for a client of mine, but probably end up finishing that tomorrow. I hope I can finish it tomorrow. That'd be nice, and I can move on to other things. What's been really stressful is because I freelance, getting back into work has almost been, I don't even know. Sometimes it doesn't even seem like things are gonna be okay because like you just don't know. I mean, you're out for a week. Yeah, no. It's been a nightmare. And then on top of that, obviously I work on this RPG like pretty much, I don't know, lately it's been pretty much every day, with the acceptance of answering messages and stuff on the platforms I'm on for freelancing. And then yeah, I mean, that's pretty much been the past week since I've been back. Thankfully I didn't get killed in the hurricane. I shouldn't really joke about that because there's some people that actually did sadly pass away, which is pretty terrible. But we were blessed. We were blessed here, so that's just something I've been thinking about lately too. You know, and I will tell you this: I will never ever take power and water for granted ever again. After being without it for about a week and then some. Whew, man, and I know people had it worse, but man, just forget about it. You know, it's craziness. Because people go crazy. I mean, you don't have it for that long, you really have to come up with your own viable solutions. And here, since it happened to so many people, it impacted the whole, Southwest Florida. Um, yeah, you have like it's like the fucking Wild West out there. You want to go look for something. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, because there's people that are just. It doesn't matter if you're in a good city or not. When it comes to that stuff, it's like it's scary. It's scary. We had we had portable grills, like these little tiny, to cook, and then for water we had a water purifier. We had some stuff. We didn't initially have a generator, so we had to go. We collaborated a lot with the neighbors, and thankfully I say collaborated, it's a weird term to use, but we did. I mean, we really did stick together. We is my family, so I, live with immediate family, so brother, father, mother, and neighbors and stuff, and grandparents, which are right down the street. So I mean, it was crazy, but I don't know what I'm doing here. I really don't. It's so hot here. It's ridiculous. I need to I need some mustard. No. I left this pizza out. I wonder if it's any good. I don't know. Like, is that safe to eat? I don't know if it's safe to eat, man. This doesn't taste that good. It does not taste that good. It's just I ramble a lot, so you're good. You're good. But yeah, I'm just trying to think right now. So this world space is going to be kind of a mountain pass. So this does not look like a mountain pass. It looks like a bunch of I don't know. Yeah, we need to think this over. So it doesn't have to be. I'm not talking like a direct like mountain pass necessarily, but could be like a zigzag of mountains. So really this is completely at this point, since we don't have anything like detail mapped out detail wise on the actual 2D map that I created, which by the way, this map here, this map image, it was initially created in Photoshop, and then what I did was I took it over to this program called, I gotta put this pizza over here, it's just terrible. I created this, wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I took it into a program called Wonder Draft, and so Wonder Draft is kind of like it's really meant for like like tabletop stuff, I guess, but I use it for, this is it right here. I use this for, if I just open this up, I use this for like world maps and stuff too, so it's pretty cool. And so what I was able to do was I was able to actually take this inside of this program, and now all of a sudden I can edit this in here and, you know, do all these crazy things, which is pretty neat. And if I wanted, like, I think there's an option for adding mountains. No, not like that. I have to do it some other way, but I'll probably explore this later, maybe in a different stream or something. Yeah, see, like, I can add. Pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty simple, and honestly, once I am able to do more detail, you can see how this is going to be useful in creating a more permanent map. And once it's zoomable, it's going to be a lot easier to see what's going on. So yeah, I'll come back to that at some point, but so this place, the Dwinmall Pass, is going to be between Suriname and Kryptonia. See, this is a bit of a problem because I haven't actually created this yet. So this country right here, Kryptonia, I haven't actually created that yet. But what we can do is we can work from the north and go south. So you gotta kind of think of it like this. So this is kind of where I've had to become a geographer for this project, because I'm technically Indiana Jones at this point, because, well, let's just say I had to do a lot of geographical stuffs throughout this project. And so we're gonna work from, usually I'll go from south to north, but so I'll start like at this point of the world, and then I'll go, you know, upwards. But in this case, so if we look at it like this, if I go to my little compass over here, it kind of tells me. So I have north, west, whatever. So Suriname, which is created, it's going to be north, so it's going to be probably, well, right over here somewhere. And then we'll obviously come back to the southern part. Sounds reasonable. So yeah, I'm glad you asked. This project, oh boy, it's been a ride. I tell this to everybody. Everybody that asks, I'll tell them pretty much the same thing, is that it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but I think it's been a good one. It's been one that it's the kind that you know, you start, and no matter how much you want to give up, you just don't. Like, you don't give up. I found myself, and yes, I have given up at points. I know I'm not really giving a straight answer here, but I've always come back. This project has been going on for, I don't know, since, really, I mean, technically like a couple years maybe, but like long-term-ish, it's been in the creation since, you know, lore that I've been writing since I was back in high school. That was like, I don't know, I graduated, 2019? May 2019? So, you know, do the math. That's a little while ago. And I remember actually writing lore for this game when I was in class. not to say I was working on it, but I was writing things for it and sort of piecing things together. I still remember some of it vaguely, as if I'm like a 90-year-old or something. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I really don't. Trying to think of how I want to lay this out. What I really need to do is I need to go to Cyrodiil. So that's the northern world space, and I need to copy the. And this is normally what I'll do is I'll go to these world spaces to kind of. It's kind of a weird way of doing it, but it's worked so far. It's just kind of a lot of work. I'll take the backgrounds and stuff, the mountains, and I'll copy them over, and so I'll kind of position them in the same. In kind of a way that it looks seamless, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's been a lot easier to have everything. And so here's the thing. This game was originally meant to take place in this whole world spaces system. It wasn't even a thing. It was just a massive world, which is great. It's great and all, but and it was fantastic. Sadly, that got corrupted. I no longer have that. I haven't had it for a year at least. It's been gone, lost to the dust and the yeah. I'll just leave it at that. But the good thing that's come out of that is I've actually gone ahead and started this world spaces system. And so what the world spaces system is it's essentially a way to, separate everything while keeping it seamless. And it really, not seamless, but it keeps it together, keeps everything together. And at the same time, it's better in performance. It's easier to control. It's a hell of a lot easier for one person to control, I'll tell you that. Doesn't mean it's easy. Just means it's easier. And then what else? And then yeah, I mean this has been a lot more of a blessing than anything else to do it this way. And so the organization that you saw in here, this is all the different worlds. So I mean you got probably around 40 in here so far. That's counting these folders, and then each are sort of organized into folders, and then they have their sub-levels, sub-levels being like locations and parts of the world that are, separate, need to be loaded in separate, rather. But, yeah. I think this is going to be kind of a difficult to copy all this because there's so much here. I didn't realize this. I don't really need to copy all this, but it kind of helps. And then not that. And then the fog sheets, will copy that too, because it'll be easier to see. And then, what else? I think that's pretty much it. Again, we really don't need all this. It's just let me zoom over here though, because I want to see, because this is where it's going to be facing. And you'll see what I mean by when I said I like to sort of connect all these together. And it's kind of a weird way of doing this. I've never seen anybody do this like this, but hey, it works. So I don't mind doing the extra steps kind of makes things more interesting. So what I'll do is I'll copy all this. I'll go edit, copy, or Control C, whatever the hell. Go back to the Twin Mall Pass. Come on. Oh, okay. And I'll Control V, paste that in here. And doc file sync. And and I'll just move this up. So essentially this is going to be, again, north of this world space. So I can picture it like this. So really this is a little bit northeast. So probably position this. Actually, I might be able to keep it like that a little bit. Maybe like this. That's a bit more suiting, I think. It doesn't have to be super accurate, and that's the cool thing about this is I don't really have to be, 100% accurate. It just needs to be, a rough estimation, sort of. So that's cool. Makes things interesting. Close to being done. So yeah, that's I'm glad you asked that question too, because it's actually something that well, I mean, it is kind of hard to answer because with this kind of project, I mean, and here's the thing, I've had people hate on me for quote unquote not having a plan, which isn't necessarily true. And I thought about this the other day before I went to bed. I'm like, I remember that comment. It's a little bit off topic, but I remember the comment, and it was on one of my dev blogs. Basically said, oh, another game developer without a plan, you're going to be a failure like all the rest of them. Well, little did he know. Yeah, I don't really have, sure, I have goals, I have estimations. Do I have a plan? Not really. No. So with that being said, am I close to being done? I like to think so. I like to think that things are coming together, and honestly, I think they are. I think over the past, I don't know, few months, year, things have just gone, from, I don't know what's going on, there's really not much inspiration here, I can easily get distracted and go off to another project, to, I'm sucked into this thing, like, this is, I want to get this done. I want this to be out there for people to enjoy, and I want to reach as many people as possible, and that's the goal. So this has turned into a more large-scale project, yes, but also at the same time, I think I can look at this game and say, yeah, I kind of have an estimated, date as to where I want things to be, or where I want things to be. And so actually the Steam page for this game is actually set up to be published. It doesn't mean it's going to be released. It does not mean the game's going to be released. It just means the Steam page is going to be publicly visible. You'll be able to go to the page, you'll be able to wish list, so on and so forth. There may be a demo at some point on there. I think I promised that and said, no, I've mentioned it a few times on my server, we'll just say that, my Discord server. but I forgot what I was just fucking saying. It was distract so easily. But once that's up, which will be probably within the next couple of months here, I said last. And here's the thing, I've had a lot of setbacks in the past couple of months. So, in the past, I want to say last month, I said I was going to try to put the Steam page up. I said that in my server. I said that to a guy who's in my server. He's such an awesome dude. Always asking me about my game, checking in, seeing how things are going, even though I don't got a big following. I don't have a, and yes, that is my fault. I don't have a dedicated anything for this game, which I'm actually planning on doing once the Steam page comes out, so that means dedicated social media accounts, so on and so forth. I have for my company, but not for the game. So, that's all going to happen pretty quickly, I think. And when it does, I think it's going to be great. I had a lot of doubts even today. I'm like, just thinking, I'm like, you know, I really wish I didn't have those setbacks, because if I would have been able to follow through with, you know, what I said, maybe things would have gone a little bit smoother, but yeah, it's not always the case anyways. Yeah, I am proud of it. I'm very proud of it, actually. The whole idea of this game is to have sort of a unique charm to it. Just to make it different, make it stand out. And really the main thing that's going to be worked on after I get all these world spaces sorted out. So I said, right now we're about 40 out of 52 world spaces created. Just getting these created and in the project, again, is a huge deal. Doesn't mean they need to be completed, but having them in the project, there, present, and all that stuff is just a big deal. Once that's there, I'll be able to really focus on gameplay. I'll be able to focus on story more, which again is written, but there's a lot of work to do. Do I think that it's far from being complete now? No, not really. Maybe the story, but like story levels, because that's kind of how I want to structure this, is through story levels. Kind of like, and I said this so many times, but like Lego games and stuff like that, which I always kind of found to be a cool structure for a game. And then, I mean, that I think is all going to happen pretty quickly. And the reason is because I have everything kind of written out. And I know where everything's going to be. And once these world spaces are all finished, I'm really going to know where everything's going to be, because I'm going to be able to look at this and go, hey, this goes here, this goes there. And I know this is super basic, but I'll be able to tell where things are and just how to connect things, both visually and through the story. So, and yeah, exactly, it's really the main driver, or the main driving force in this all. I want to say my biggest enemy has been myself, because the internet is not a kind place. It's just not. And so when you go to share something like this, you're really hesitant, because all of a sudden you're having a conflict, because you don't know if it's too early, if it's too late, where to share it, how to go about doing so. And so I've kind of just done that at my own pace throughout the past 3-4 years. I haven't really rushed it, even though this has been pretty much everything to me. But with that being said, I don't think there's a right way of going about doing that. I just think that it's ultimately best done at one's own pace. And I think there's a reason for me being so not lenient, I meant to say hesitant with sharing this project around, is because it's such a big deal to me. Like, there's, you get all kinds of stuff, like legal stuff, all that fun stuff, which, for those of you who don't know, I am planning to turn this into like a franchise eventually. If things, if this becomes successful, if I'm able to, it doesn't mean right away successful, right? Not, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, I don't know. I'm just talking long term, but if I can get people behind this, then yeah, I want to definitely keep going with it. I think there's potential, and as big as I am on all the writing stuff and all the inspiration that I've taken in, I think it's only I don't believe in this destiny shit really much, but I guess it sort of is that, in a way. I don't know what I'm doing here again. I'm just sort of roughing up mountains and stuff, seeing what I can do. Usually when I don't know what kind of landscape formation I want, I'll just kind of sculpt random structures with the alpha brushes I have, which right now I think we're using hill. I don't want to use hill. Stamp mountain. Could use let's use the red channel, because I think that's a bit too jagged. Let's use the alpha. That's still pretty jagged, but I don't think it's going to be such a big deal once I sculpt these out a little bit further. I really should pull up some images here. Alright, so That's not really what I'm looking for. Let me... I kind of just want to pull up this fucking video just to see. I might have to mute it because of the soundtrack.
What kind of army would linger in such a place?
Copyright.
One that is cursed. Long ago, the men of the mountain swore an oath to the last king of Gondor. When Gondor's never of him.
You know what? This is what we're gonna do. This just gave me a bunch of fucking ideas. So
What kind of army would linger in such a place?
One that is cursed.
hey, that looks a little bit like what I sculpted earlier.
Long ago, the men of the mountain swore an oath.
Looks like you got a lot of work to do there. So I'm gonna actually create a custom landscape instance for this world. So I think what I did originally to do that was, well, we could just copy this actually. If I just duplicate, and I rename this to then hang on a minute, somebody asked me, a friend just asked me where to stream. I accidentally just sent him code. Hey, you better follow me if you're not followed. I know you probably are, right? No? Maybe you made a new account or something, I don't know. I think I just sent you a bunch of Unreal Engine code on accident instead of oops. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, well, I haven't really told you this, but I'm trying to I'm trying to get back into doing this, you know? You know how I used to do live dev streams and stuff, right? I just think it's kind of a healthy thing to do, you know? I think it's good to talk about the project, well, you know, exposing it to some people, so and that's kind of really the main point in doing this. So with my landscape, what I'm going to do is I need to, what the hell is that? You know the Path of the Dead in Return of the King, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this landscape, and this is going to be more of a rocky landscape akin to what it's like there. So I'm essentially creating a custom version of this instance, and I'm going to try to find a texture that works for this. But do you have rock textures in your pack? Because I might be able to use those if you do. That's actually a good idea. Well, I can use the textures probably, like maybe even this. I don't know if that's possible. this is my main landscape for the game, so I use this for pretty much everything, and then what I'll do is I'll customize it with different layers and so on. So it's definitely going to be rocky, but I want to keep the grass layer probably. Yikes. That's not really what I'm after. Gotta think about how I want to do this, because this is gotta be, it's gonna be one of the harder ones to do. So in the Egypt, there's need like a rock texture, you know. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, so that's a river shader. So the one you saw in the images I sent you. I was so excited about those images, I just had to send them to you. So hope you don't mind that. I know you don't, but yeah, I'll show you in a minute here. Just need to find. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. Dude, I still have fucking Lord of the Rings textures in here. All kinds of stuff in here. You know what? I wonder if the biomes pack, if that has something I could use for now. I just need like basically a rocky texture for now. This is not really what I want here. I need to decrease the brush size for one, and then sculpt this way. I don't really care how this looks right now. I'm just trying to get something going here. So the whole idea of this is to be a super narrow, you know, not necessarily a direct mountain pass, but more like a maze of mountain pass, of a mountain pass, similar to Dwemerberg, but not kind of its own thing, you know. So I'm just trying to sculpt this because it's going to be easier to see what's what once I'm just kind of quickly doing this. I'm not really paying attention too much to what I'm doing. Okay, then like that. Pretend that I'm drunk, which I thought I was a minute ago, but I'm not. Not yet. I need to get some of that Tennessee honey though. It's so fucking good. I don't want to become an alcoholic though. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be the functioning type, I don't think. Okay, so in here, oh, you know what? This might actually look pretty good once I start to use this. The thing about these textures though, is what I like to do is I like to make them pixelated a little bit. Kind of adds to the unique feel of this game. What inspired me to do that actually was a game called Valheim. I liked how they did their landscape, so that's kind of how I thought of that. But what I'm thinking is, eventually I'll probably do something like that. With these textures, so I'll do the same thing. What kind of games do I play? I mean, pretty much fucking everything. Just put it that way. I mean, I am a freaking video game. Well, I would say encyclopedia, but yeah, I play a lot of single player games. Like I mean, open world role playing games that are just like I'll play anything that's like a hidden gem from something that completely is you know, like a critically acclaimed thing, like Witcher 3. You know, I'll play everything. I'll play anything that can give me inspiration too. Like I am afraid of people. I'm not really a people person, but I still stream. I like to talk. But there is a limit. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really too big on like MMOs, but I used to play them a lot back in like high school and stuff. And boy, can I talk. You know it, don't you? You don't want to know. Well, only you know this, but if you keep being a call for more than 3 or 4 hours, I start to get a little bit on the annoying side. Put it that way. It's kind of funny how I find myself annoying. I know it. So I embrace it. You know it. Hey, at least you're not afraid to admit it, and neither am I. I'm just kind of experimenting with these textures right now, seeing what they look like. So this grass here, I think I'm going to yeah, we'll edit that. The thing is, biomes is done? Like, you're done with everything? All of them? Please don't. Wait. If you tell me all of them, my borderline depressed state of complete despair, that's long term, is going to turn from that to the flip side real quick. Really? Wow. Oh man. Okay, so when you get done, dude, and I can help you with that, I think we'll work on that. If you got time tomorrow, give me a call. We'll work on that. I think yeah, that's gonna be awesome, because once we get that done, once I'm able to utilize those assets in this project, that's gonna be a massive deal, because I'll be able to, use different, like, I have, yeah, I know, tell you the truth, man, I've been kind of facing a little bit of this is kind of more on a serious note, I guess, but I've been kind of really not so great lately. And I don't mean like sick, I mean like just not great, you know? Like, you ever just feel like, I can't really compare it to anything really, but it's just been kind of rough, you know? So I've been taking naps a lot. I've been kind of just ignoring people. Sometimes when I get like that, I'll like shut everything out. So I'll just, I don't know. It's been kind of rough since I've been trying to get back into stuff, you know? You know how it is for me. Sometimes it's just kind of rough. Put it that way. Some people can just like that, but not me. But hey, it's been a little bit better, so I mean, I've been trying to just focus on, you know, certain things, what's priority, get those things done, but your priority is this game, right? And I have more issues than people. Fuck yeah. I mean, you got that right. Yeah, pretty much. Curse, blessing, everything in between. Hey, I wouldn't be Connor if I didn't have all those issues, huh? Yeah, I know. This doesn't look too bad. I think we can work with this. It's not really perfect, but Dragon Fight Beta. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, Dragon Flight. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you got a lot done. You must have been going at that pack for a while, and I know you were substituting too, right? You know, I just want to say this, man. I find that so cool that you're doing that, because, I mean, I was gonna say something to you originally the other day, but I really did not put it in text, you know. But man, you've taught me so much. And I can't imagine how much, you know, even as just, you know, substitute, that you're enthusiastic about teaching, whoever you're teaching, you know. Even though, yeah, you know, we are living in 2022 here. But I just, you know, I find that so cool. Haven't slept for 3 days. Yes. I shouldn't have, but I've been so I've been so quick to shut everything out. This past week I just kind of shut down a little bit, but hopefully I can kind of start to get past that in the next, you know, week or so. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. And someday soon we'll find a way to, I don't know, meet up somewhere, maybe grab a drink somewhere. No, we're pretty much opposite ends. Not really, but yeah, I mean, who knows, it might end up across the world someday. We'll see. Right now I'm here because that's where I need to be. Yeah. Trip to Texas. It's not too far. I haven't been to Texas since the yeehaw days. I'm kidding. I haven't been to Texas in a long time. I think I passed through it not, you know, years ago. Could find a saloon. Maybe could find my ass there somehow. Sounds like I don't know. I'm gonna have a freaking dream about that. Weird as hell. So this world space is going to be a lot more dreary, so we want a foggier, not that foggy, damn. It's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So you know how the paths of the dead are, right? So I'm thinking of making this kind of like that, right? Except, yeah. So it's essentially what I was planning on doing. You know how DCS has the patrol paths? I'm just gonna put some of those down and have in my project, well, in this game. There is the Uruk-hai are basically this elite force of orcs, just like in Lord of the Rings, except they're called the Malar, and the soldiers of Malar. So the soldiers of Malar are basically, like, I'll put a few of them down right here. They're still called Morgul orcs, even though they're really not. That was originally what it's kind of like a code name, but if I type in orc, maybe they'll show up. So these guys are just really nasty guys. I need to actually model more pretty soon here, so I'm probably gonna go in Blender, and I have my Blender file open now, so all my characters. So yeah, and then let me see if I can find them. So yeah, they're right here. So these guys are the soldiers of Malar. So, I mean, right now, 2 basic variants mainly, and then you got your flag holder, too. Oh, yeah, so you asked me about that earlier, too. So, the Ents are actually my Ents. I made these, and essentially what I did was I re-imported them this morning, so I actually got them back in the project and got them all fixed up, because originally their rigs were all messed up. The only thing that's messed up with these are the hands and kind of wrist. Some animations, they're not so great. But they work. So these are actually my Ents from like 3 years ago. I modeled these back in high school, and essentially what I did was I took a Sinti beard and I put it on it, and I turned it green, and then there you go. And pretty cool. So no, it's not Malber's. Malber's is I think his are more like golems. Do you mean? I'm gonna see if this is what you mean here, because I haven't actually used these yet. Funny thing is, I bought these like a year and a half ago, and I still haven't used them because I haven't really had the chance to go and make these creatures yet, actually prevalent in the world, because I still have to write things for them. I still have to figure out, okay, how many of them are going to be where, and so on and so forth. I don't know if you mean these or not, the forest golems. So these are the ones that I got from Malber's, which I'm going to probably implement pretty soon here too. These guys will also be around there, so I'm thinking pretty much mainly the forest ones, but yeah, I mean, yeah, so I bought these a while ago. I still don't have some things though from Malber's, like the alligators, or crocodiles, I think, stuff like that, but I'll probably get those at some point. I ended up just investing in, well, instead of getting those right away, I bought the biomes pack. So that was my recent investment And then also some other things, but this is yeah, these guys are pretty cool. You did. So like custom versions? So you did. I'd like to see those. I don't think I had seen any of those that you did yet, if that's the case. I know you have rocks in here somewhere in your pack. I've been using a lot of stuff from your pack, dude. Especially this fantasy one. I know not everything's complete in here, but I've been using a lot of stuff from it, like, and I'm gonna use even more when I get to making the caves, because I know you have cave parts in here and stuff, so. No one's supposed to see it. Why not? I'm only using what is finished. So like, I know some things you made in here that are. I've been using a lot of these trees. Let's see. So I think as they did. So I think we're just gonna use. We'll start using the rocks that are in here, because you have quite a few rocks that you'd sent in here, and then could probably utilize some of these too. Thinking. I just don't want to go dragging a bunch of rocks out and then painting them on just yet, because I want to see where I should put these. So probably, yeah, I mean probably along the edges, so they are those willow trees. I'm gonna go in that map in a little bit, so just hang tight, because I'm gonna go back to that map and I'm gonna show you what I got going on in there, because I'm pretty happy with it so far. Because I was able to use your trees in a way that it kind of creates like a really cool ecosystem. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for different kinds of animals too, because it's a really I mean, because I have the trees kind of distant out. I mean, you get some parts are more foresty, some parts are like open canvas, canvasy, and you've got some parts that are just like you're meeting two ends of forest at like fords, so like the rivers, the line rivers and stuff, and essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to use fluid flux to create simulations that go between those points, and I think that's going to be a lot better than what I'm using now, and I think it's going to really it's going to take some time, but it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see. If I had the, hang on a minute. I could probably use some of the biomes rocks and just, I wish I had that swamp pack right now, that'd save me. But I know you're almost done, so I will wait patiently like a good Sinti patron. That server really has been quite active lately, you know. I wish there was a place where you could share streams in there, though. I wish you could do, like... I can see why they wouldn't want that, but I do... I wish that was a thing. Hey, Draco, do you think you'd get them to approve my stream? I do use quite a bit of their assets. You know, I think it'd be cool, though, because it shows, you know, it shows the use case of these assets in a large-scale project, and this is a large-scale project. I mean, this is it just me working on it? Yeah, sure, but I mean, this is a considerably massive project, and I think for people to see the assets, the Cinti assets used in collaboration with, you know, other low poly assets and other Cinti assets would be, honestly, I think that'd be fucking cool. I think that'd be great for people, even if they're doing their own projects. The thing is, I know they're mostly Unity, so that's kind of another thing why I'm like, yeah, if I were to ask him anyways, I don't think he'd really care too much, which is a shame, but I understand. But, I mean, I guess, tell me what you think about that, but... I think I'm just going to start with these rocks here. And then what I'm going to do also is use some of these. So, like that. I'm just going to pick what formations look cool to me. I think I'm just going to use your rocks for now because it's easier to see formations with yours. And then maybe that one. I try not to drag too many out at once because you can quickly get kind of overloaded. I see, like that's a lot. The cliff rocks. Is that? Oh, I'm gonna put those on the side. These are gonna be like what's on the ground, so I'm trying to start with, once I get this sorted out, I'll be able to we got driftwood in here too, so I might be able to use that. So like these, yeah, so these I could put on the sides here, and I'll do some build up, and then I'll flatten the landscape out, and so on. And then there's also those. Oh, wait, there's oh, forgot I can't do that. Copy some of these trees in there. It's a bit scary. Okay, ooh, spooky. 0.5, and these would be let's do like 20 or something like that, and then these rocks we'll do here I'll do something like point 0.5, I guess. It's kind of hard because I gotta paint this because this is all the dirt layer. It's gonna be kind of hard to it's gonna be kind of hard to paint this in a it doesn't really have to be a straight path, but it'd be nice if it. Oh yeah, and then the Z offset on this needs to be a lot lower. So I'm thinking these here. Not a lot lower, but just a little bit lower. So I think like minus 10, not 100. It's too much. Minus 10 might work. Let's try minus, because this kind of takes some. This kind of takes some playing around with, but that's all right, I guess. A little bit too many rocks, though. I need to lessen up on the rocks there. Like 6 or something. I don't know. I'd say it's pretty decent. Obviously not perfect, but the idea of this part of the process is not to be perfect, it's just to get good. Just a good solid layout starting point for the type of foliage we're going to be using here. So yeah, that's a little bit better, so we don't got the rocks clipping through the ground now, we just have the pretty good. Pretty good. And then, yeah, see, that's what I was thinking about doing. That's why I said I kind of was worried about painting like that, because if I did that, then you would get no walkway, or I would just have to, I could just pave it a little bit, and keep it. I could paint like that, but I could just go back and then don't do that instead, actually. I'm thinking about it like that. And then the grass, I want kind of like dry grass here. Let's see what that looks like. A little bit too much, though. Broken paving stones. Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do that from your pack. I think. I don't know if I like the grass there. I think I'm gonna pass on that for a bit. And maybe get some mushrooms in here or something. I don't know. Or just use some of this driftwood. That'll do pretty good. That looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty neat. I know it's going to kind of go through some of the rocks, but it's okay. For now, I think it looks pretty neat. Oh, it's going to look pretty neat once I can get this all sort of situated and stuff here. I know some of these are kind of probably floating a little bit, but I think that's pretty good. So now we'll kind of pave, I keep saying pave, it's not a word. Pave a path like this, so. I don't want it, yeah, I don't want it to be annoying to traverse. That's a big thing. You do not want to be you don't want your, okay, speak right. You don't want your world space to be difficult to get through. That's one thing we don't want. And I'll just, again, I'll go back over this. This is gonna be spooky. Well, I'll talk about a Halloween special. Not that I care much for Halloween anyways. Not bad. Not bad. Not exactly how I pictured it, but it works. I feel like I'm watching Snow White again. You know that movie Snow White and the Huntsman? That kind of a reprise of Snow White that I forgot when it was made. And I watched that again not long ago with Hemsworth and stuff in it. Yeah, it's a good one. Alright, let's put a so with this map, there's actually going to be, I'm thinking of making the actual, because I'm going to do sort of like like an actual opening to the Paths of the Dead, you know, where there's a kingdom of ghosts and shit in the mountains. That'd be really neat. So I think I'm actually going to make that seamless, so I'll build it inside of one of these mountains here, and that'll kind of be a part of the map, and you know, obviously making up for the less I guess more restricting approach, rather. Did I say I meant to say restricting. As opposed to other world spaces, which are, you know, nothing like this, really. Actually, Cyrodiil is kind of like this, because it's got the mountains and stuff, but, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good. Let's see what this looks like with... Ooh, like that. That's spooky. What do you think, Draco? Pretty spooky, huh? Could you just imagine, like... Hold on. I got something. I got ghosts. Ghosts. Ghosts, man. Yeah, so we got these ghosts, and then we have these with the newer shader. You could see the difference in the shaders there. I personally like this one better. This is the newer one. I mean, I was thinking of adding a point light to it so it kind of amplifies it, but yeah. Yeah. Or we got this ghost here. What do you think? I kind of want to. I wish I could post this image in Cinti, but I don't think I can because it's not Cinti assets, all of it. But what do you think? You think they'd let me? Oh, wait. Actually, you think they let me do this? Hold on. I need your honest opinion. Do you think they would let me do this? Got the big bad wolf behind. Oh no, that's just fucking cruel. That's just cruel. That's messed up, yo. Like that. I mean, no, let's not do that. I don't know, I'm just bored. I don't want to put the werewolves in here yet. I just want to put some of the wild ghouls that I created. These guys are actually some of my favorites to put in like open forest area, or not open forest areas. I mean more dense forest areas rather, because they're kind of difficult creatures to fight, so they're kind of I don't know, they're just neat to scatter around, you know, have a sort of like an obstacle that you actually, you know, sometimes try to avoid. So it's what makes the forest very dangerous. Part of it, at least. So I need to take these player starts and move them all the way over here. So that. Then we also need the nav mesh in here, so let's grab some of these. So I usually like to put, when I'm moving these around, I like to put my grid scale up to 1,000, and then I'll just move the volumes out like that, which I have a bunch of like smaller ones. They're not little by any means. They're yeah, basically 100 units all around, so it kind of makes it easier to control based on pretty much region. It's initially what it was, so that's why they're 100 you know, units. And then I guess the other thing we wanted to do was that's good for now. Create the boundaries for this map. So what I mean by that is what I like to do is I like to kind of, even if it's just rough around the edges, I like to paint around the entire edge of the map if it doesn't have a border, like this one doesn't. In this case, there's no the only indication you get of an outer, you know, background so far as these mountains. So I'm going to probably just paint around here, so we'll do something pretty high for now, 25,000, and just paint along the edges, kind of create a ridge just so I know where the ends are easier, and it, you know, I like to close everything up, so. And then if I need to open certain bits later, I just edit it, so. Not a big deal if it doesn't turn out to be permanent. It's always nice to have everything compact and together, which is the ideas of these world spaces. Whilst being open, they're still organized, neat. They're not. There's no, you know, disorganization of any kind, really. Everything's sort of all together. Which is nice. It's nice to be able to have that. So now, with that being created, we'll go here to the edge here, which the collision is right there. So we'll just kind of signify this as the, not right here. Right here. I'll signify this as the point where we can put the world door, which is how you travel between world spaces. I think I might put it back just a little further, actually. Put it like over here. Sort of. I'll just lower it. Okay, cool. And then the map that we want here is Suriname. So we'll F2, Control C, go in here, paste, and we'll put travel to, and then the map travel text will just be 0 then period. And then this gets its own category, so world and then world tools. Okay. Wish I had coffee right now. I really do. Get some in a little bit here, like an hour or so. I think my dog wants out or something. I just got your image, Draco, that you just sent. That looks cool, dude. Wow. So you're, so I got a question for you. You say you're almost done, besides the water, right? You're still working on that. Now, let me refresh this real quick. It's kind of... So, when do you think they're gonna accept it and have it on the store? Probably within, you know, next week, or is that too soon? You think it's gonna be too soon till we see? Just can't wait. It's gonna be so cool. Thinking I might use your cliffs to kind of create the boundaries for this level. So I just want sort of an open path. Yeah, this could work. So I'll use these, I think. It's gonna kind of be hard to how do I want to I kinda want I want the entrance to be here, so it's just going to be a narrow. These are just for background, but it's going to be a narrow path. What do you mean it's not how to use those? It's not? Yeah, I know. But since this is a background, I'm using these as a background in this case. So, and then I'll build on the top a little bit, so kind of works out. Oh yeah, I'll just have to go up there and fix that. That works. Oh, that's for the, I know what I'll use that for. I already know. After I get done with this stream, if you're still on, maybe we can have a look at that water. Just give me a call. But yeah, I'd like to kind of help you with that today if I can. Because I'm trying to figure out some of my water stuff too, so be a good thing to do. So that basically that river that I showed you earlier in that screenshot, I had to actually replace that water with this is just talking about the water in my project, but I had to replace it with a calmer instance because it's just too, I mean, it's too fast. And I was trying to figure out a way to slow it down, but for some reason it just wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna have to come up with something there, but I'll show you when I'm getting a call. Maybe after we sort this water stuff out with the biomes back. See, it does work, Draco. Ha. But now what I'll do is also no, that's not that. That just needs to be like believable, you know. For the background. That's all. That I might put a rock pillar there for something. Okay, and then here let's put, I don't know, maybe put a mountain there or something. Hey, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. And welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so we've been at this world space for a little while now. And this is kind of what we've been working on this stream, is mostly just getting the feel for this world space, which is it's kind of like a mountain pass. So, except it's being used for an open world scenario in my RPG. So, it's gonna be pretty cool. We got some spooky trees. We had a ghost and we had a werewolf, but those sadly get to go away for now. But they'll probably be back. What else? Let's see here. And then right now I'm just trying to get the background of the where you would enter the world space. So from the north, which is this way. All set up. So yeah, I did. Thanks to also Draco in this chat has provided me with some of these assets, so huge thanks to him for helping out. So all these assets here he created. He's in this chat, I think still. I think you're still on here, right? I need like a, you know what, I might be able to get something from here. Yeah, I've used a lot of your stuff so far for this one. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, if you get anywhere in the meantime while I'm still streaming, just send me a screenshot in Discord. I can see it because I have 2 monitors set up now. What I ended up doing was, because this is kind of stupid, but originally I had, so I have this main monitor here in front of me that I work on pretty much every day. And then I have this one on the side. This one had a old desktop attached to it, but I didn't use that thing all the time. I barely used it, in fact. So it was kind of just, it wasn't really being utilized, you know, where I could be using that for work. So I could be having everything hooked up just to this computer and be a lot more proficient. And originally I thought, yeah, let's just keep it separate. No, but yeah, I got that all set up now, so I can see everything. I can see everything. That's, wow. Okay. So for this, now I kind of want. So we could probably use like these or something. I like using these. Pretty cool. Where are these from? Yeah, I bought this pack like probably a couple months ago. I bought a few packs from this guy, but these mountains are pretty useful. Actually, I use these a lot, so they're easy to I guess, what's the word? They kind of connect together, you know, because that's what I like to do often with these for backdrops. Is I'll kind of create some variation by moving around, maybe rotating these. I won't even have to scale them up sometimes, so it's pretty cool because of the variation. Thinking I might keep this like a snowy. Yeah, could do that, or I could have look at this one. Vince. Oh, with the ancient empires. Oh, it's cool, man. So the funny thing about that, Draco, is I'm actually gonna be doing that a lot once I get to the city part. That's why I asked you. Originally, I had asked you, for the buildings and stuff, just for the concepts. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up taking a lot of that and kind of mixing it with your Egypt pack that you sent, and that's gonna kind of be the same thing there, except it's gonna be even more thrown into the mix because I got some other stuff I'm using. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna turn out cool. Just from looking at those images, I can just see that city that I'm making, just being so freaking awesome. And it's gonna be a big city. Weapon pack. Oh, wait. So you mean the weapons attached to the Egypt pack? Or, no. Well, that's cool. Either way. Just began Python 2 days ago. Cool. Yeah, at first, I don't know a whole lot of Python, but I can read some stuff. I mean, I'm not really. But I used to work a lot with Blender plugins and stuff, so that's kind of where I started to get a little bit of stuff in it. But I don't really do much of that now. I kind of just do a lot of Unreal stuff. So I'm kind of taking a break on the C++ thing, but maybe I'll get back into that soon. Weapon pack, use it up there now. You mean the weapon pack? Like the weapon pack? Because if you sell me that, I think I might I might freak out. Let's put it like that. So this is an RPG, so it's an open world RPG, kind of similar to, and I really hate making like the generic comparisons because it really is more than that, but it's kind of like everything you love about fantasy RPGs just kind of mixed together in more of a freeform sandboxy experience. Sorry, not experiment. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I'll have to run through some of the world spaces and I'll show you. It's kind of hard to show gameplay right now though because this is just there's really just so much going on. But I'll go back to that one. Thank you. Well, I mean, I've been working on this for a while now. This is a project that has taken it's taken a lot to keep it going because it is just me working on this project. It's a very large scale project. The only reason I was able to kind of go through so much is because I taught myself in steps. So each thing that I did I kind of taught myself with whether it be other projects I was involved in or pretty much anything else. I'll teach myself certain bits, and that kind of helps lay out groundworks for what makes a game like this a game. Not just a game, but something people can get behind. I think that's good for now. It doesn't really have to be perfect. I'm just trying to look at this from different angles just to see. I just wanted a good starting point here. Again, this is just for the background, so it's not really... I think it's pretty good. Yeah, no, you're not a bother. I'm just a talker. I like to talk a lot, especially with things that I like. So, yeah, feel free to ask as many questions as you like. But, just know I might talk y'all's ears off. But hey, I guess it's sort of a good thing. So I'll put some of the totems that I created. I really like these. I made these for my cave pack. That's on the marketplace. So these, I actually use these a lot. Like I'll use these for bandit camps and stuff. This is from my Cave Dangers pack. So this was, I want to say around September of, I don't remember. I don't really remember, but it was, this was a really big deal for me. I mean, it wasn't that successful, but it got some attention, which is pretty nice. I mean, I use it a lot, so that was kind of, I try to create things that, like, I use, you know, if I'm going to sell an asset pack, you know, you want something that you can see yourself using a lot. And I use it a lot for, like I said, bandit camps and stuff like that. And then another thing I did was, in my Odyssey pack, I created these bandit scarecrows, but there's not that many of them. There's just a few instances. And then I also created prefabs, so the prefabs are just, I hope I don't get, like, banned for this. Like, oh no, you beheaded a low poly person. What do we do? I don't know. Sorry. Sorry, Chief, I ain't got answers. Yeah, that would get me banned right there. I gotta not show that. But, I mean, yeah, I use these a lot for, I wanted to put some of these around here, because, and that's what this is missing. It's missing, like, skulls and stuff. Completely forgot about that. How could I forget about that? This is like the past of the dead or undead. So how could I miss the skulls and like the bones and stuff? And I mean, this is kind of coincidental. I mean, this is not a Halloween thing, but it could very well turn into a Halloween special. Let's see here. See what kind of skulls we got in here. All kinds of shit in here. It's ridiculous. I still gotta clean some of this stuff out, but this is from, I mean, well, I have this all on GitHub too, so I try to be careful about what even though it's running through source control, I try to be careful what I get rid of. I'm thinking I might, later, what I'll do is, I'm not going to worry too much about this right now, because I'm going to create some custom ones later, in like Blender or something, and I'll put them like around the edges of the pathway, and then obviously back here. I really like the way this looks at night, though, because if I actually, yeah, if I like do this, it's pretty cool. So the thing about this though is, like, I'm still kind of experimenting with the lighting, because recently I went and did kind of an overhaul where I wouldn't really even call it an overhaul, it's just an experiment really, to make it darker, but at the same time kind of keep that natural lighting the main source, right? That's kind of what was important to me. So it's not necessarily realistic. There's no, like, And that's the thing. Since I'm still using Unreal Engine 4, I don't really get the benefits of like the proper global illumination effect that I was looking for, which UE5 does a very good job of, by the way. But because I'm limited, I wouldn't even say limited because really I still got a lot of leeway here, but because I'm in this scenario, just put it that way, I'm still experimenting with that. So in some cases, I mean, if you face certain directions, it's really, really dark. Like, I mean, you could be facing like, let me just put a character down and I'll show y'all what I mean. And this is not really something that I'm happy with right now, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it because it's honestly not that bad in every area, but like, go here. Where's my orcs? There's some. So like this guy here, you know, you're facing the sun, so you get the full lighting. You're facing this way. You can see how dark it is. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, that's still something I'm working on, but what's hard is you have to manage this because this has a day-night cycle, and the time, everything is fully dynamic, and you know, lighting stuff is too. You have to keep in mind for like ambient lighting, so we're talking like sky lighting and stuff. You gotta keep in mind time frames. So it, you know, where it's like, could be the ambient light intensity, for example, here in this sky system could be 1 in, you know, this time, but then in the next hour, which would be like a unit of 100, so that's like an hour, so it goes from 0 to 2400, so 24 hours in a day, right? Doesn't seem like it, but 24 hours in a day, and we're starting at basically noon. I guess what I'm saying is each step up, it has to change slightly, and that's really the hardest part, is I'm still trying to figure out those numbers. So it's not as much figuring out how to do it, it's just figuring out what the right number is. So that's still, but I'm happy with how it looks overall. I think it's mostly it's, yeah, sure, it's got a darker feel to it. Sometimes it's a lot harder to see in some areas, but it makes it a lot more, in my opinion, you know, different in a weird way, but yeah, maybe in a good way. Who knows? I'm happy with it. So I know some people, I had some people playing this, even my friends, and they're like, do you realize how dark this part is in this map? And they like turn around and they show me, and I'm like, oh shit, it's not supposed to be like that. So I still got some work to do, but you can adjust gamma settings. I think we're gonna do that later, maybe not in this stream, but maybe in another stream, where I play through a build and just see how that can affect this, because I think that would be interesting. Let's save all this. I'm trying to think. Okay, so what's going on there? Why is my frames? Why are my frames dying? That's weird. So I saved the map and now my frames are shitting themselves. Did I just lose like 20 frames by saving my map? That's... Okay, that's new. I haven't seen that one. Let's go to a different map to see if this fixes it. So it's not... That's not right. No. No, it did not fix it. Okay, I guess we'll restart the fucking project then, because I don't know what the hell was going on here. Let's close, if it even closes. I don't even know what the fuck. Sorry, but you got me. Hang on a second. Let me open this task manager here. I want to see. I'll try this on a second too so I can see. Alright, so I need to see this still running. Yes, it is still running. Will do, buddy. Yeah, so this background here, this one, this one right here. I actually got, I think I got this image from just Google Images. I looked up like, well, you know how you can do like the similar images and stuff and you just search through it? I think I did that and I found this, and then I took this in Photoshop, I added a paint effect to it, and then I tried to increase the resolution, but it's alright. I think it's pretty cool though. I guess I'll send it to you while I'm waiting for this to close. I have to wait for this whole fucking thing to close because it's still open, because this project uses so much memory that it gets stuck in there for a little bit, so it's got to kind of, the memory kind of has to go all the way down before I start to, before I open it back up. Otherwise I'm going to have problems with, we're at like 7 gigs of memory here. That's still pretty high. It's going down, dropping. It's fucking terrible. Why do I gotta deal with this shit? You know, it's like, I almost feel like going in Real Slackers and saying, hey, y'all ever save your project and just lose 20 frames? Probably get like answers like, pardon? Pardon? Because I don't know what the fuck that's about. Hang on a minute. So I think we could open this back up. Let's go to my GitHub and see. Why are all these changed? Oh yeah, because earlier I had, it's fucking stupid. Earlier I added some bones to the skeleton, so it changed all the animations. Well, it didn't change them, it just changed the skeleton and then the dependencies. There you go. Draco, sent it to you. Oh shit, I forgot what I had open in my file explorer then. Oh, it's my character exports, because I was going back and I was actually trying to fix some of the characters that I made a while back for Lord of the Rings project, and so I had to start to fix the scaling and stuff. That was the main issue, because originally, so like in here, like this guy over here, this guy was like that big. It needed to be a lot smaller, because what happens is, for those of you who aren't aware, when you scale a character up like that, in animation space, that doesn't always sync up. So basically what happens is you got a character that is like this big. It doesn't matter if you make it smaller in the engine, you scale down the the uniform scale of the object. It's still going to keep this this sort of transform. And so yeah, so that's not good in animation space. Because yeah, just all kinds of bad things happen, especially with physics. Don't even get me started with that. Correct character sense for these. A video of the how to get proper scaling, or what do you mean? I think I know what you're talking about. Just for sure. I gotta clean my fucking monitor. It's like hair and dirt and shit all over it. But I'm not even thinking for a minute. I'm just like, wait, that monitor is kind of dirty. Maybe I should dust it off or clean it. Like, come on, dude. Oh. Sorry, I just. I really don't know what's going on, but I think I'm dropping frames. All of a sudden, for some reason. That's cool. Oh well, I'll just have to deal with it. I'm not really too sure what's going on there. Oh, it might be. Let me close Blender for now. And then, yeah, alright. That is what it is. I thought I was recording there for a minute. Oh, I can't see the link. You have to, I think you have to DM me, because I can't, for some reason it gets rid of links here. Hold on, let me see if it. I gotta figure that out, how to allow links from certain people in here, because I'm trying to see if I can do that. I'll have to figure this out later, because I don't really know how to do this right now. But yeah, just let's see. Oh, this. Whoa. Okay. That's big. Yeah, I kind of do the same thing. Honestly, my classes are pretty similar. Like, the ents in here, I think they're like about double the size, so kind of like giant size, you know? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna make those, the ones that, the golems from Malvers, I think I'm gonna make those about that size. That's what I was thinking about doing. I think they'd be kind of cool. As maybe some of them are like that, maybe some of them aren't. I will keep that in mind. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna. Do I have a? I thought I had a prefab for skulls, but I guess not. I guess I'll have to make some. I have this, but that's old. These are the Cinti ones. I want to use these, so I have to do that. I got a pretty good system in here so far, I think. I kind of go by a standard that I use. It's, you know, mostly for me it's per project basis really, but I kind of do have a standard that I use, yeah. There is. Are they called skull? Because, oh, there's some in here, I think. Oh, dude, remember this? I remember this. The skull entrance. Gotta use that for something. Oh, and then these I'm gonna use for the elven map that I'm working on too. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna mark this off on my board because we have this all set up. I just need to add this. I need to add this to my packaging list, and then also let's see the last one I added. Just trying to think. So that's. So I have to go in here and just check because. See, I should have done this earlier because this is why I get confused is because I wait, I get back in here, and I'm like, okay. I guess one of the easiest ways for me to know though is I can sort these by date, and I can see pretty easily what's going on. So I need both of these pretty much. So that one and that one. Good shit. Thinking of making. Oh, dude, if you did that, man, that'd be cool. I'd have like skeletons that I have in this. Their new headquarters would probably be that castle. So these guys right here. See if I can find them. I have a few different kinds of skeletons in here. If Doc's looking at me like I'm an alien or something. What? What do you want? What? He doesn't know what he wants. You want to go outside? Right now? Really? He probably does. He probably got shit. So you can find those fucking skeletons right here. Those are the archers that I made, and then I have the undead ones, which are very weird. Damn, wow, do I have like blind? I think I'm blind. Is that a problem? Oh, yeah, these are here. Took me like 30 minutes to find them, but these guys, and then we got the ones without the helmet. Yeah, okay, so here's the funny thing. There's, in this game, there's magic, there's bows, there's crossbows, there's all kinds of shit. But, I still got a lot to do with, like, the magic side of things. But I've been working on different kinds of arrows for the bows and stuff. Not really necessarily different kinds of bows just yet. Not really there yet. There is some, but a friend of mine had recommended I do this, and he's like, you need to make a bow in your game called a rainbow, and I'm like, what? Like, you kidding me, right? A rainbow? He's like, yeah, make a bow that has an arrow that shoots like a rain cloud above your enemies. And so that kind of made me think initially, this is how I got this all set up, is the elemental system, which is a thing. There is an elemental system. It's very basic, but it allows me to do some things. It's going to allow me to do some pretty cool things eventually. I haven't really done much yet, but so I mean, you got, you know, right now you got your basics like flesh, lava, water, snow, ice, whatever. But they attach to AI, right? And so in this case, the rainbow creates that rain cloud above enemies, and you can use it to cool down or cool off like heated enemies, which I thought was kind of cool. But the thing is, right now it just kills them because I don't really have that set up yet, so I just made it kill them. I mean, talk about an upgrade, which I still have to work on that too. I gotta work on this fucking trailer today for a customer of mine. Work on a trailer, probably drink a lot of coffee. What else? Maybe watch a few episodes of Supernatural, that'd be nice. I do that during lunch break. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Alright, I'll be here. Sorta. Kinda want to, let's create a location here. So let's up here a little bit. We'll paint some more of the foliage this way as well. Let me mark this off on my board too, because I've got this map graded. It's the boundaries are pretty much all set. Just need to work on it. And then we got Kryptonia, which is going to be next, I think. And then, well, either that or the Felheart Forest, but we, or Kryptonia in the Felheart Forest, sorry, are going to be the next two maps that I work on. So this one and this one, or start creating, and then I'll be busy with, okay, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4 freaking maps. I really wish I would have had an additional paint layer there so I could make paths easier, but I can't really do that now, so I'll just have to do it manually. So, increase the size, so maybe like 500. Then like that. I think this is going to be a cool one. It's definitely going to be unique to the rest of the worlds. Yeah, you could get lost in here real easy. I almost want to create a new bandit faction for this world. What would I call them? Actually, you know what would make sense is if I used the bandit faction I already created, which is hails from none other than Kryptonia. And so Kryptonia is, well, I still haven't wrote really a lot of lore on it yet, but it's actually brand new, so I haven't really wrote anything, but the clan, or the bandit clan that comes from it can tell a lot about it, I think. And that is written in my document somewhere. If I type in cryptites. A ruthless cause. Bandits, clan, tribes. So I think these guys are going to be like kind of seeping into this mountain pass because that's kind of how they manage like invading up north further, because it's the only pass up north that they can go through without, crossing the lake, which would be here. And then, you have Talmund and Garubia, which they're kind of smack center in between those, so it's kind of like a free-for-all frenzy, if you will. But it also makes them vulnerable, so that's cool. Yeah, I still haven't thought of what I'm going to make them look like, though. I have no idea. To model them in Blender or something. Create custom character meshes. I need to think of a concept. Dying over here. I think we're going to stop streaming pretty soon here. We got this one off. Draco, you still in here? Let's see. I don't know if you're still around or not. If you are, just let me know. So I think I'm getting ready to wrap up here. I'm exhausted from yapping so much. But that basically just means I'm gonna get coffee. I'm gonna think about. I gotta set up that trailer too today, so. I'm guessing you're not back yet, so I will just. You know what? See if I can find a helmet that'll actually move this guy back. Move him right here or something, I don't know. And then get from could do this guy right here. Let's use his mesh. Really should unlink that. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Oh. Oops. Wow, I'm an idiot. I must be really tired. Holy shit. Wow. That's nice. No, that's not very nice. I remember what the fucking scale is for this. Damn, I'm too tired of this shit right now. Okay, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Where's the scale down? I think it's like 0.1 or something like that. Yeah, 0.1 or 0.010, pretty much. Yeah, that's mostly reasonable. And then we'll drag him back here. So keep that base for later. About the same height, so that works. Let's duplicate again, just for later. Okay. And I'll save. And I'll edit him a little bit here. For now, I think I'm gonna probably cut this stream for now. And my dog wants to go out too. Alright. Well, I think this is where the stream ends for now. It's my first stream back since the hurricane madness, so kind of nice to be back. Hopefully we can keep doing these consistently. It's been really rough the past week, as I said earlier, so really gonna try to start doing these more. Because I like talking to y'all about this project and everything, so it's really awesome. Awesome thing. Alright, well, I think that concludes things, and well, until next time, appreciate y'all who stopped in today. If anybody's still hanging around in here, thank you for sticking around to the end. Otherwise, I will see y'all again next time. Try to do another stream. I want to say, hopefully we can do one tonight. That'd be nice. We'll see how things go. Hopefully I can get, if I get enough work done today, then I think I'll feel a little bit better. But, a busy day, so later. Have a great day, everyone, and happy Friday for you if it's not Friday already. Alright. Peace out. Have a good one.